What's going on, everybody? We got something to talk about that's actually blowing up right now online. Actually, a couple days ago, it broke out when Impact Wrestling, on their last episode, we had Sami Callihan injure Eddie Edwards. If you didn't see it, it's all over the internet, all over Twitter. And right now, I'm liking the fact that Impact is kind of blowing up, but that's just me personally. But anyway, guys, I'm here. I'm Jake, aka Bomber. I got Matt Zion. I got Scott here. We're gonna break this thing down and talk about what we think. Was it reckless? Was it too much? Was Sami Callihan just being out of control, or was Sami Callihan? Was it a mistake? And who knows? We're gonna talk about it right here, right now. First of all, I'm gonna start off by reading what I think kind of jump started the whole thing, which was a tweet by Jim Cornette, and some random person showed the video to Cornette, and Cornette replied, and this is what Cornette said. He said, "Okay, I saw this for the first time. At the Eddie Edwards should have beat the shit out of this stupid fuck. He set up a shoddy. What he set up was shoddy. It was reckless. It was a shitty, reckless swing. They shouldn't have been doing it to begin with. Who the fuck trained Sami Callihan? I'm fucking hot." Okay, so obviously, that's kind of a big deal, and Sami Callihan replied back with this, which is kind of what really got the, because Jim Cornette calls people out all the time. That's nothing special, but
really?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
man,
no, that's nothing special.
Exactly, yeah.
But Sami replied with a simple, like just a quick tweet that said, "This hurts, Jimmy, ... I'll just keep watching my bank account go up," and boom, Twitter exploded. Everybody, we're talking about Cassius Ono replied and said, "No, you're a piece of trash," and all this kind of stuff. Everybody is getting all over this, and we're going to talk about it right now. What do you guys think?
Rewind one more bit. The original tweet that was sent to Cornette, the person was saying somewhere Jim Cornette must be loving this because they didn't use a gimmicked bat and they kept it real.
Yeah.
And Cornette's like,
yeah,
no, and had all that. So that's, people were like, oh, he'll like this, and that's where it went.
No, because yeah, he is a big Eddie Edwards fan. If people didn't know that, by the way, but yes.
Can I did research, and by that I mean sat and thought about similar instances, because literally what happened, if for people who haven't seen it, it's on Twitter. Literally Impact Wrestling's promoting it. This was taped in January when Austin Aries came back and won the title, and it's just airing now. They tape months at a time. It was during the match. Edwards is down, and his head is towards Sami's feet. He puts a chair on his chest, and like you could sit down and straddle Eddie, basically. Like the back of the chair is towards Eddie's feet. So he takes a baseball bat, swings it down, hits the seat of the chair, it glances off that, and nails Edwards under the eye, like orbital bone area, and messed him up. Now, this made news back when it happened from the tapings. They're like, whoa, Edwards got legit hurt. This isn't good. He's since been in other tapings and stuff, so I'm like, it wasn't anything super drastic, but it finally aired, and that's what has this stuff happening. I mean, the simple thing, like, should it have happened or whatever, when you're in the heat of the moment and stuff's going and the bat slips and it hits that and goes on his face, and I mean, it's gonna happen. You look at here's my research. You've got like things like Orton when he RKO'd Bryan, he landed on the monitor, fucked up his back. He wasn't doing it to someone else,
Sure.
But that's how easy that kind of thing can happen. Like, it's oops. Who trained Sami Callihan? I don't know if training to hit someone with a bat onto a chair is part of wrestling.
Do you know who trained Sami Callihan?
Yeah, but my point of that is that probably wasn't part of the training. So
No.
what's that?
Well, of
even
courast
matter?
that
Like,
yes, of course.
well, you know what I mean? Like
not,
that's
yes.
a dumb statement.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Let's go down really quick. I'm just gonna say the ones that stand out to me. When Goldberg kicked Bret Hart, okay, accident, legit retirement. Fucking TNA with their other barbed wire massacre matches. Sabu getting his arm messed up. Terry Funk had barbed wire stuff. And Big Show with the stretcher to Mysterio on the ring post, dropping him on his head.
I mean, that was bad.
These are
I still
bad
love that,
ideas.
I still love that.
These are bad ideas. I'm sorry?
Nothing. Nothing. You go.
No, you said you liked it. Yeah, well, those are legitimate accidents. They weren't actually trying to have these things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what this is. In the heat of the moment, it can happen, and oh no. Matt, you've done wrestling. I think you said you've done that spot even.
Yeah.
I'll let you go to that in a second. What it looks like here is you have him hit the bat onto the chair, and I think I saw a tweet, Matt, you might have said it too. Sorry if I'm stealing thunder here, but the idea of hitting a thing onto a thing is dumb, especially when the accident causes the thing to hit the guy, which is more dangerous. So why do you put the chair on him to hit him? Like I don't want to say it exposes the business, but the bat hitting the chair is nice and loud, and that's thematic and big and impressive. But just hit a man in the head with the bat, and you see what happens, literally, and that's it. Like it just, the accident became more of the thing, but it clearly wasn't intended, and oh no, and it got silly. As far as for saying who trained Sami Callihan, well, who trained Shawn Michaels? Because I mean, he hauled off and Jericho, because he actually punched Michaels' wife in the face.
It's true.
That was an accident. Who trained Big Show? Well, because he dropped Mysterio on his head. It's a stupid thing.
That was kind of a dumb comment, yeah.
It is super, super dumb. Who trained Jim Cornette? Because he couldn't land off scaffolding properly and fucked up his legs.
That's true.
Accidents happen.
Now, I am a huge Jim Cornette fan, and
Same.
I am a big Sami Callihan fan. But I got one more tweet before you say something, Zion. And Jim Cornette replied to Sami Callihan's, the one where he said, check my bank account. And Jim Cornette replied with, you'll need a microscope. Shame when untrained garbage wrestlers injure talent through clumsiness. Most careless thing I've seen in years. Should have been fired. He said should have been fired. And then he finished with, this is what happens when a company can't afford real talent. Also, fuck you. That's what he closed with.
He always signs off with that.
But
as far as him saying Edwards should have beat the shit out of him, no, because it's a professional thing and Edwards knew it was an accident. If he legit beat him up, that would be a problem. When Braun got a little carried away and kneed Lesnar in the head, Lesnar was like, calm down, peppered him one.
Yeah,
okay, all right, we're good, we calm down.
Now, Sami's getting his receipt at some point.
Keep going. He didn't keep going at all. Like, it's like if Lesnar just beat the shit out of Braun right then and there, oh no, that's what are you doing? Like that's going into business for yourself, and now you've just ruined the entire Rumble match and blah, 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 blah. That's why you don't do that. You still try to make it go, and you know it's an accident.
Yeah.
Most reckless thing, I mean, Undertaker had fire hit him when he came out for a chamber once. Sid broke his leg jumping.
Yeah, but that
There's
guy
all
was
sorts of
fired
things.
immediately, though.
I know. But you know what I mean?
Bad example on that, though.
Okay,
they literally walked that guy out that was in charge of the pyro the moment that Undertaker came back, because Taker came back. I guess Jericho talked about it. And the moment that Taker walked back, I guess he looked at Vince and said, either you're going to get him out of here or I'm going to get him out of here.
Right.
And so they fired him.
Bad example. I mean, to be fair, that's a bad example anyway. I was just thinking like accidents in wrestling. That wasn't even like a guy to a guy. That wasn't supposed to happen. That was different. But I mean, Vader had his eye fucked up by Stan Hansen because Hansen was stiff. And Vader had Foley's ear come off. And Joe hurt Rollins. Rollins hurt Balor.
Yeah,
I mean, these are accidents. These are bad ideas. You could have avoided this. If he was not standing by his head and was to the side, it wouldn't have glanced off that way.
Yes.
Or don't do the bat on the chair spot entirely because it's dumb when you think There's so many ways of hindsight, but really, accidents happen, shit happens. How do you capitalize? TNA Impact promotes it. Look how sick and sadistic this is. They even have a tweet specifically saying, the opinions of Sami Callihan do not match our company. This man is more deranged than ever. Promote this. Make the most of it. Do what you can. And it's good. Like, you fell into something accidental. Sami Callihan, for one thing, talks about his bank account going up. Well, he's not going to get more from TNA, but independent, sure. His other thing, though, where he says, look at my overbooked schedule and come find me. You're a bad businessman if you're overbooking yourself. Fill your book. Don't overbook. Then you're done. No. It's silly. It's a non-issue as far as I'm concerned. This really shouldn't be as big of a thing as it is, except if Impact wants it to be and Callihan is smart about it. For Cornette to say fire him and beat the shit out of him, I know he's old school, but that's too old school. Like, TNA would not be respected at all. I keep saying it. I'm sorry, Impact. If they allowed Eddie Edwards to beat the shit out of Callahan for an accident.
So what are you feeling here, Zion? What are you feeling here?
Yeah, because no, it's okay, Scott. Keep going for another 40 minutes.
So beyond that, no, I'm done. I just literally it's.
Okay, so I like Jake did backyard wrestling and stuff, and I was very minorly trained, only 2 sessions or whatever. I know how to bump, I know how to run the ropes. And I know how to grapple and do a headlock and a wrist lock. That's it. That's all I know. So from my standpoint, though, we did a lot of stupid shit like that. Like that spot, that was a dumb spot. I mean, like it's so stupid. We used to do that back when we were in like high school backyard wrestling, where you'd like set a foam object on somebody and like hit him with a fake bat. If like it doesn't even make sense from a standpoint of a move. What was he trying to accomplish? Because if he just hit the chair, then he basically protected Eddie Edwards. Like
yeah, no, I think it was one of those in the moment. He just literally just grabbed it. I don't think it was. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was planned. I think it just happened.
I would say no. I think it was planned because they do that's a common-ish type of thing where hit a thing with a thing.
Not really anymore though. They used to be more common back. Like in the Attitude Era, they would do it a lot during the hardcore matches. They don't really do the whole put an item on somebody and hit it anymore.
Their Barbed Wire Massacre 3, OVE versus LAX, they did a lot of stuff like that. Put a thing on him and hit him with a thing.
That's because the Mexicans. Come on,
but
man.
no, but Callihan was in that. That's
I know, I'm just kidding. What I'm saying, though, is it depends on if he came up with it spur of the moment, then obviously he deserves the fault. And saying that he deserves to be fired is fucking ludicrous. But when I read James Cornette's tweet, though, it didn't like... I didn't think anything of it because it's just Cornette, whatever. What really actually got me thinking was Chris Hero or Cassius Ono. He's always Hero to me.
Yes.
His reply. Now, I personally think Hero is in the wrong 100%. The only people that should be that we should be listening to, there's only one person that we should be listening to if he's upset, and that's Eddie Edwards, and he doesn't seem upset at all. Or if he is, he's keeping it under wraps because, why would you stir the pot like it was a mistake? And
let's make some money instead.
Yeah, let's make some money because, I don't know what their taping looks like, but I guarantee you now a lot of people are going to want to see Eddie Edwards beat the fuck out of Sami Callihan. Yes. Like their feud probably had no heat before. And for Sami... he's got like a gimmick now. And I guarantee you he's gonna have a bat for the rest of his career. Like it's gonna be his sledgehammer because I'm telling you, I think he's going to play off of it as long as he's in TNA from here on out.
Dude, his tweet was a picture of a bat tonight.
Yeah, I think
that's his address. So,
yeah. So one story I have, and maybe this will put it into perspective for people. So when I did the backyard wrestling stuff back in the day, we had a spot where one of the guys, Sean, on our show, he was in the ring, and I don't remember what was going on, but me and him were feuding. I was the bad guy, he was a good guy. I was supposed to run in after his match, just come into the ring and just beat the crap out of him, just punch him a bunch. Like, it wasn't supposed to be anything special, it was just like a little whatever. And when I went in there, and for whatever reason, man, I was just fucking not me. Like, I was pumped, I was ready to go. I don't know if it's because we had a bigger crowd than usual or whatever, but I got in there, and when I was giving him the punches, the first couple punches went fine. He's on the ground. I, mounted him. Mm-hmm. The first couple were fine, but then I started fucking punching him in the face. I mean, I hit him probably 5 or 6 times with straight punches to the face.
Oh.
And I didn't realize what I was doing until I was done, and I had the same fucking face that Sami Callihan had right after he hit Eddie Edwards with the bat. My face, you see me go like, oh, I fucked up. I was like, oh, no. But I'm in character. I'm an asshole, so I can't, ask him if he's okay. So I was just like, yeah, take that, you piece of shit. The moment we got back, he was heated as fuck. But, eventually, once he got over it, he realized, I just made a mistake. I got lost in the moment. I fucked up. Everybody does it. It's professional wrestling. It's not fucking ballet. This is going to happen. If anything, the spot was stupid. Sami should be at least... I would say reprimanded or of some sort of minor punishment for hitting a man in the face with a bat. But you're not going to fire his ass. It's just a stupid spot that went wrong, and I don't see the reason for Hero and Cornette to attack him like that.
And everybody, the internet, I've spent hours going through tweets and to read everybody just absolutely, oh, fuck him, he's the worst, he doesn't know, he shouldn't be in the business, he doesn't respect the business. And I'm like, this is why I like what Sami Callihan did. I am kind of the older school thought process. I know I know you said earlier when we were talking about this, oh, kayfabe's dead, I don't care, I don't want to see that. But man, no, that's literally what Sami's doing right now. Sami is going out there. He's not backing down. That's what I fucking love. Yes, I guarantee you, Sami Callihan was so sorry. I guarantee you, he went to Eddie. They talked about it. He fucking probably got down on his knees and probably sucked his fucking dick.
Yeah,
he was
probably.
so sorry that happened.
And
But
I wanted to add one thing to that real quick because when we were doing the messages to each other, I
Yes.
did change my mind on it. By the way, I didn't like Sammy's original tweet where he basically I felt like he should have just kept quiet. You know, maybe like no need to put an apology out because, in all honesty, the only person he had to apologize to was Eddie Edwards, and I guarantee you, he, like you said, he probably sucked his dick.
Yeah.
Like he
did.
probably. I mean, if there was real issues, it's between the two of them and nobody else. And I don't see how anybody can be like fire him if Eddie's cool with it. Then that's it. I mean, that's the end. And so at first, I didn't like that he tweeted and kind of like kept the kayfabe going because I think I still disagree with you on it. I still do think kayfabe is completely dead at this point. At least Twitter, as Twitter's concerned. I think there's ways to do it, like Kevin Owens does it, where he's just being a dick to fans because he just wants to.
You're wrong, though.
But
You're wrong.
okay, that's fine though. I'm completely okay with agreeing to disagree. But like my main point is, I'm fine with him doing it now because I mean, like Impact's jumping on it, and again, it comes down to one person. I have not seen Eddie Edwards complain or say any ill will about Sami. So until that happens, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. It's fine.
Here's why I'm telling you right now. Here's why kayfabe isn't completely dead because this is going on right now. Sami Callihan came out there and said that thing, and these people fucking hate his guts from what he just said. They legit hate his fucking guts.
It's like a weird like form of kayfabe though. Like instead of the idea back in the day that wrestling is real, this is like we all know wrestling's fake,
legit
but
heat.
He's getting legit heat because he messed up and did a real life mess up.
Look at a similar situation where Samoa Joe injured Seth Rollins when he came out and attacked him before the Mania last year. And Joe, like when it was confirmed Rollins was injured and oh god, he might miss Mania, Joe tweeted, "All right, mission accomplished. Who's next?"
Yeah,
I'm like, that's
that.
what you do. It's like shit happens.
Yeah.
He didn't mean to hurt him, but it's gonna happen.
Where was Cornette to say that Joe should be fired?
Because that was just during a reckless beating outside the ring, and it happened. And oops, and I say reckless. It was not literally reckless.
Yeah,
it was just. It happens.
Yeah,
and it's not that he got carried away and he couldn't control himself. He might have landed weird, like Balor when he got power bombed. It happens. But like Callahan said, shit happens.
But here's the stuff that's like throwing me off. People are comparing that I've seen Callahan compared to Joey Ryan. For some reason, I don't know why that's a thing. They're just basically it's all Jim Cornette. I do love Jim Cornette. He's hilarious and stuff. But he has his thing with Omega. He has his thing with Joey Ryan. He's got his guys that he doesn't like the Young Bucks. All these people are now lumping Sami in with all these other guys. And there's a lot of those guys that I too do agree on a lot of Cornette.
Well,
like Joey Ryan, I agree with a lot of shit that Cornette says about Ryan. This thing, man.
Cornette says that Kenny Omega is worse than a broomstick.
Yeah,
and that Jericho would have had a better match with a broomstick.
Yes.
And it's like, no, obviously not. Yeah. That's hyperbolic. Come on.
Jim Cornette, whether he knows it, likes it or not, he is helping TNA right now, or Impact right now. He's helping Sami Callihan and Eddie Edwards right now by doing it. And I know.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, he's the only one that's like taking it for real. That's the funny part. Because he gets in his ways, and that has blown this up. And I personally,
old man yells at cloud.
Yes, I personally love it. The fact that it's blowing up, it's going to bring so much exposure to Eddie and Callahan. And I don't want anybody that's watching this or listening to this think, oh well, fucking he just doesn't give a shit about Eddie Edwards. Of course not. That sucks. It's a terrible, terrible thing to happen. But I love the fact that they're making the best of it because Sami Callihan and OVE were going to be taking on. Well, it was going to be OVE versus Bobby Lashley and Eddie Edwards, and everything was fine until this blew up. Next thing you know, Impact Wrestling makes a post saying, hey, Eddie Edwards will not be at the Crossroads next week, and it's going to be a 2-on-1, basically a 3-on-1 because Sami's going to be there, which is hilarious.
No, but you know why? Because during the tapings, they had to pull Eddie.
Yeah, they had to. They're like, this is blowing up too much.
Like 7 days in a row, and he didn't get to go to the rest of the tapings because he was legit messed up from that. They're like, we got to pull him.
Yeah. So this is. I just love what they're doing with it, and I really did like because I've been following TNA, or Impact, and I've been watching them for a while, And I really did like what they were doing with this story, and this is like turned it completely up to 11. This is really gonna rocket them into popularity, I think. And this is really it sucks it happened to Eddie, but it's gonna do nothing but help everybody else. He kind of took one for the team.
It's a worst case scenario of an accident for Eddie and one of their stars.
Yeah.
But if they capitalize it right, it's money.
Yeah, and Sami, I love what he's doing with keeping the kayfabe going, keeping the old school feel going. But god damn it, his girlfriend is posting on Twitter like, "Oh, Sami's just working everybody. He's even working the boy." I'm like, God damn it, Sami, shut her up. Shut her up, Sami. Like, don't let her post that shit.
Oh, she's known for a lot of problems as well.
So Impact posted this on their website about Edwards being pulled from Crossroads. They said they interviewed him, and he said that I'll be back 100%. I'll be ready to get revenge on Callihan. I heard what he told TMZ, and I have to say the backlash he must be feeling is probably getting to him. I will rest up, I'll heal up, and there's a reason that they say you can't destroy me, kill me, or stop me. I'll be ready for Sami and the rest of the thugs. I wish Lashley luck on Thursday against these guys. I told him be ready for anything and watch out for that bat Sami carries. It's vicious and it hurts. Wounds heal. I'll be back. That's a promise.
That's awesome. That's
there.
Good.
Make the money. Go make the money. Have an accident. Go make the money. There you go.
The last tweet I'm going to read was Sami Callihan's tweet he made the tweet at 9 p.m. on the 5th, and it was, "This is stupid. I'm officially done with this garbage. If any professionals, in quotes, or fans have a problem with my, in quotes again, work, please look up my overbooked schedule and come find me. Just know I won't be alone. Hashtag unsafe. Hashtag I ain't fake. And hashtag kiss my ass." And he had the picture of the bat. And if you watch the TMZ little video that he did, at the very end, he goes, "And fuck you, Cornette." And by the way, the fact that TNA retweeted that, and they have their wrestler saying "fuck you, Cornette," like, to me, that's like
they don't like him anyway.
That's kind of no, just they have their wrestlers saying, like, dropping the F-bomb. To me, that's hilarious and awesome. That's just
because they can.
Yeah, I love it. But this is I'm eating this stuff up. I'm loving it. It's making it feel more real and exciting, and actually getting people caught up in it. But man, I don't understand why there's so much like hate for Sami, unless it's just him doing his fucking job and being a heel, which is what I say he's doing right.
Somebody made a point that I totally agree with. I don't know if it was. Oh, it was a really good interview between Vampiro on the Stone Cold podcast. It was fantastic, actually. Like, that dude doesn't give a fuck. But they made a point where they were like, professional wrestling is the only thing where literally anything is forgiven. Like, he's like, just give it 3 years and everything is always forgiven. He's like, it doesn't matter what it is. He's like, it's one of those weird things where like anything that happens will just be better for you in the long run, because one day you're always going to come back. He's like, he was talking about Jarrett going into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah,
and how fucking insane that was. He was laughing. He was like, hell has frozen over after what Jarrett did to them when he left the last time. It's like, how in the fuck was he forgiven, and how is he going into the Hall of Fame? And he was like flabbergasted. But he made that point. He said once he heard Jarrett was going in, he was like, that is when I came to the epiphany that no matter what, everybody can be forgiven. So, I mean, this is nothing. If anything, this is going to help his career tenfold. It may cause
unsafe Sami Callihan. That's all you got to do.
That would be good. It might cost him being able to go to WWE at some point or go back. But, I mean, like, does that really matter in the short run? No, not at all. He's making a name for himself on the indie scene. And quite frankly, the independent scene needs big stars right now that are indie
Sami
stars.
is a big star in the indie scene.
Yeah, and
already.
he's definitely already like one of those guys that's on like every fucking big indie card that you can imagine. So I mean, it's gonna do nothing but good for him. So you know what? I mean, he fucked up. Did he have to apologize? No. Should he have apologized? Not really.
Not publicly. He did. I guarantee you. Yeah. I bet anything that I own and everything more that he apologized to Eddie Edwards in person, and that's all that matters.
And I'm sure he's checked up on. I'm sure
unless he is a legit scumbag, which people seem to presume, but we have nothing to base that on. That would be
pretty funny. Like, imagine if he they have another match and Sami just grabs a bat and just fucking hits Eddie in the face as hard as he can. He's like, "I'll live in the gimmick, brother."
I think he's going to get a receipt. You're going to see a fucking receipt at some point, and
gonna happen.
Sammy,
Yeah,
Sammy's
crazy.
been taking some beatings in his career. He can fucking take it, and
If
he
they're
deserves
smart,
to.
If they're smart, they'll use a gimmick bat and have Eddie just fucking blast him in the face, like just like a sledgehammer style shot, and just have him take him down. It'll probably not the best thing to show to children, but dude, the people when they see that, people are gonna fucking eat it up and go crazy for it. So yeah, I think overall this is just going to help Impact. They're smart to be capitalizing on it, and I will say, their new management team is doing a lot of good things, even though this spot probably never should have happened. It was very stupid overall. Even if it had worked, it would have been dumb. I like the team. Who is it? It's Cyrus, or whatever his name is, the one that does the podcast with Lance Storm. He used to be in WWE. Or WWE.
He used to be the Jackal, yeah.
And then there's two other, I can't remember the two other guys.
I think Sanjay's on the creative team.
But apparently, they're doing good things. Like, I've heard not just from Bomber, but I've heard from other people, too. They're like, it actually feels like a show with a direction now, and it also feels like they finally started to settle down on a roster, whereas, for the past, 4 years, it's just been a rotating, revolving door.
Yeah. So someone new shows up all the time.
All the time, and people leave all the time with no explanations. It feels like they're finally starting to have their roster, they have their guys, and they're settled on them, and now they're going to start building them and working with them, and that's something that all of us have always wanted from Impact, so I'm willing to give them a chance. I think that the company has been garbage. I've been open about it. I thought the previous management was fucking terrible when it came to how they treated talent. But it seems like ever since Matt Hardy put that stink against them, or was trying to sue them for the name, and they just said fuck it. Everybody can own their own names. I've heard really nothing but positive. Coming out of TNA. So this new management team, hey, you know what? Capitalize and go dominate.
It's a bunch of guys who are not wrestling savvy exactly, like the money people up top, and they were trying to do it the right way, the right way, the wrestling way. Then they realized, what? Fuck no, why not? We don't have to do it that way. Why not? Bomber, I did look up the rest of the tapings. I do have information if you want. Or do you legitimately not want to know?
I've been watching the past month, just every episode, and I'm invested. I want to watch it. I want to watch it.
Oh, it was crazy when Daniel Bryan came out, and then Brian Cage ate him and sexually assaulted Jimmy Jacobs. Whew, I can't believe they aired that.
Now I'm fucking pissed because you just fucking spoiled this shit.
You imagine the visual of him literally.
You didn't even give a spoiler warning.
Eating Daniel Bryan's corpse and just taking Jimmy Jacobs from behind and just fucking him. The fucking machine.
Jesus Christ.
That's his nickname. That is his nickname when he comes out.
Oh, God, I want to talk about it, but all right, fair enough.
They call him the fucking machine, yeah.
But anyways, we just want to jump in and talk about it. It's kind of blown up on Twitter, so we wanted to throw our thoughts in there and where we think it's going to go. We hope it means good. Well, I hope it means good things for Impact.
We support him.
Yeah, and everything involved. I still love Cornette. I mean, if you think about it,
he's so out of touch.
If you think about it, he's out of touch. He's so irrelevant and all this. But look what he's done. He makes one tweet and it still blows up.
It's 50-50 though.
What he says should be the things. It's like
he's half.
He's like, the reality of the business should be kept, and this and this and this. It's like that's how you get money and people in the seats. I'm like, well, no. However you get people in the seats is how you get people in the seats.
And the ironic thing is Sammy's the one trying to keep it old school style and keep the kayfabe going, and yet Cornette's still shit.
Cornette's not having it. You think Cornette would love that shit?
You would think, but oh well. It's because he knows Callahan's a CZW guy. It's probably what it is, and how bad he hates CZW. So, but anyway. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. We just want to throw stuff out there. Let us know below. What do you think?
I had one shout out to do real quick, by the way. I'm sorry to interrupt. You're finished.
Okay.
Shout out to the coach. Good luck with whatever you do when they release you by the end of the day.
Yep, coach. Oh, with his tweets that you're talking about?
No.
Yeah, he's accused of sexual harassment filed by a former ESPN coworker.
Oh, that's just great.
Leave the memories alone.
Jesus.
Do you remember? It's going to be like that Braden Walker, coach.
Yes.
Remember when the coach came back and he did 3 Raws and then he was gone.
Good God. But yeah, anyway, let us know in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think Sami Callihan was too careless? Was he too reckless? Is he just a piece of shit like everybody else is saying? Or, do you think he's keeping the kayfabe? You think he's doing the good thing and trying to make some more money for real, even though it is Impact Wrestling? And we know they're not throwing around a lot of money. That was just a statement that he made to kind of be a dick heel. But anyway, let us know below, and I guess we'll see you guys on the next video.